Hey y'all, let's get into this half up, half down quick weave. Now, I struggled with this, y'all, so bear with me. I'm starting off with blow drying my hair. This is the heat protectant that I found. It's just Tresemme. Um, you could use whatever heat protectant that you like to use, of course. I just personally just have that, so I used it. And I'm going to blow dry my hair. My hair is really curly, so what I do is I put section my hair off into four parts and I let it air dry. And then after a couple hours, I will blow dry. That way, it makes the process so much faster for me, and I don't have to deal with the like my curls tangling. Okay, so after I'm done blow drying, I'm gonna part my hair from ear to ear. It's not the cleanest part because honestly, after everything's said and done, you're not even gonna see the part. But if you want to, you can perfect it. I just needed a little divider for when I set up to braid my hair for the cap. So even with this part, like these braids are not going to be the cleanest, the parts are not going to be cleanest because no one's going to see them. I just want to make sure that my hair is fully moisturized and braided down. I'm using Indian hemp as like a moisturizer. You can use whatever you want, but I just want to make sure because I have really dry hair. So I just want to make sure that my braids are nicely moisturized underneath. And I'm just going to cornrow them down. You don't have to do it this way. Some people literally just do like a little bun in the back. You don't even have to braid if you don't know how to braid. This was just my preference because I am aiming to keep this in my head for a week and a half. So typically I leave my quick weaves in for like 5 days, 6 days. I work out a lot and I sweat and I get hot. So I don't really like to keep the quick weaves in for long, but this one I'm trying to like make sure my foundation's good. So as you can see, the braids really aren't like that neat. The parts aren't that neat, but it does what it needs to do. I'm gonna use this batana oil. Honestly, it was like $1 at the hair store, and I was like, let me just put it in my hair. I never used it before, but I just wanted to have something to put in between my parts and on on the front of my half ponytail. So here I'm just going to moisturize it and then put it to the side. So now it's time for the cap. You just put the cap on your head, and my glue was not it was not cooperating. So I decided to just use the rat tail comb, the rat tail portion of it, to just apply the glue on the perimeter because I want to make sure that this cap does not move. And actually, I like the fact that I used the rat tail comb. It made the application a lot easier rather than squeezing it from the bottle because I don't need that much glue for the perimeter. I just wanted just enough to make sure that it is like stuck. Okay, I don't want anything sliding, which I've never had any of my quick weaves. Like I never had the cap slide, but I heard that's a thing that happens. And again, I want to keep this in for longer than I usually do, so I'm making sure I'm taking that extra precaution to do that. Okay, so here I'm just cutting out the ear part. Um, I don't even really know how to explain this. Like, it's really just to help when you're about to like cut the rest of the cap off. You already have it's already kind of outlined, and your ear tabs really help while you're like molding the cap down. I cannot explain it properly, but just watch. It'll make sense like as you watch it. I'm about to put the morning glory all over my head. This is just like a glue protectant. Some people put it on their natural hair. I've seen, and I've only ever put it on the cap. I've never tried to apply it to my natural hair. And then you blow dry it. Now, I'm blow drying it um, like regular heat. You have to make sure it is extremely dry. Don't try to put no glue on there without making sure it is completely dry, because that will screw up your longevity of your quick weave as well. I use the Got to Be spray as an extra, like, extra hold. I'm telling you, you do not want your cap to move. Um, some people use like a spritz, just anything to like harden the cap protectant. Now I'm gonna cut the tabs off. I'm touching to make sure it's dry, because now I'm gonna cut the tabs off. And once I get to cutting, nothing else will move with the cap. It's literally just what I'm cutting. Wherever I didn't apply the Got to Be and the cap protectant, that's going to be easy to pull off and cut off. Everything else will literally stay where it's at. And you can see like the color of the cap, like that grayish color, it's completely dry. I'm going to be using the Organique Maui Curl, and I'm using 18, 20, and 22 inches. Got this from the beauty supply store. You can use whatever hair you want. They have breezy curl, Hawaiian curl. It just goes on and on. Or even if you wanted to do straight, you can do that too. I just chose curly because I've been seeing curly and I thought it was cute. And of course, you know, this part is important because you want to make sure when you're putting your tracks on, you measure it. So you go from one end of your head to the other. Make sure you like the placement, and then cut the track, put the glue on. After you put the glue on, use cold and low with your blow dryer to make sure that that glue fully dries. You don't want to use heat and then melt the glue away. You want to use that cold air to really get it to stick. And honestly, this part is a bit tedious, and you're just going to keep going and going and going up your head till, till you're done. Now, I'm going to cut the cap, the rest of the cap right now. And I'm pulling and making sure I'm not cutting my hair, just cutting the cap. I pull it and I cut as close as I can to my head without getting too close, because you do not, I'm telling you, do not cut your hair. It happens. It's scary. Don't do it. And before I finish putting the rest of the tracks on my head, I'm just going to um, prep the front of my head for the ponytail part. That way, my hair is not going to be in the way while I finish the remainder of the tracks in the back. And for this, I believe I just used Gorilla Snot. I used that, and then I'm just using like my blow dryer to help mold it down. This isn't the best mold in the world. I, at this point, had a headache. I was hot. I didn't want it too tight, but I knew I had to do it a little bit tighter than I wanted to, just so that, again, I could have the longevity of it, because I sweat and all that. So that's what I did here, and then I'm going to actually braid that down. So this is my real hair. I'm just braiding it down, and then I'm going to put it to the side. So at this point, I started to struggle a little bit. This half ponytail situation was really hard for me because I didn't know which technique to follow. Some people will wrap the entire length of their hair. And then I saw some videos where they would like wrap their hair, but they would put it in the smallest bun possible before they put the paper wrap on it. So I just was like, okay, let me try to do like half. I don't know. So I'm just putting that aside. Now, I should mention that I did start with the shortest bundle with these curls. I started with the 18, and then I put the 20, then I put the 22. So I didn't use the entire track for each bundle. I used majority of it because I wanted it nice and full, but I also wanted like a semi-layered look. I didn't want the curls to be long, middle, short. Like I wanted it to be like short, middle, long, so that when it fell on top of each other, it would just look a little bit more seamless, if that makes sense. Okay, so as I'm closing it on the top, I'm gonna flip the bundle so that way it can close with the other one. So you see how like that's fully enclosed? That's what they call like an invisible part. Um, and that's how I just close off the top. It's not the cleanest, not the cutest, but again, this is curly hair. And curly hair is so forgiving because you can mess up and the curls kind of just cover each other. I didn't lay my tracks in the U shape like I wanted to. I kind of did like a semi curve. So that's why when I got to the top, I struggled a little bit. But listen, it all worked out. Oops, I dropped a little bit of glue. Quick weaves can get messy, okay? this this was a nightmare. I don't know why I thought I'd be able to do this. Actually, I thought the ponytail would be the easiest part. No, I am fighting for my life trying to put these tracks on. Huffing and puffing. At this point, I'm exhausted because, as you guys can see with the timestamps, it's been 2 hours since I've been standing there struggling. Like, I am over it. And you'll see it in my face. Like, I legit was crashing out to a degree. The more I wrapped, the more tangled it got. Then the clip was in my hair, stuck. I didn't know how to get it out. Like, I was just in a state, y'all. Please, please, please. How do you wrap a ponytail on yourself? Please comment down below and tell me what the heck is going on. I ended up just cutting the bundle. I gave up. I just cut it. Like, I was like, whatever. Whatever will be at this point because I was over it. So I actually ended up hating how I wrapped it. Like I was looking at it like this looks like a bird's nest. Like I can't. I don't like it. So I was like, okay, let me see if I could just make it into like a cute little like messy bun type of situation. Cause the hair is curly, and like I said, curly hair can be very forgiving. So even if you screw up, you can hide a lot of those mistakes. So this is me trying to turn this into a bun. And again, I don't know. I started thinking to myself, like, okay, maybe I could pull it off. Maybe it's not too bad. Maybe I can pull it off. I asked my man, like, what do you think? He said, no, it ain't gonna work. Is there a way that you could just keep it down? And I'm like, oh my God, like I've been fighting for my life for 45 minutes trying to just wrap the hair. I finally thought that I had something, you know. I'm over here posing, like, maybe it could work. He's like, the bun is lopsided. So I'm like, okay, fine. Back to the drawing board. But if you guys did want to do a bun, it could work. It could be cute. You could do a bun. Now, mind you, I didn't fluff the hair out. Here, I fluffed the hair out. I didn't trim it yet, but as you can see, I'm still trying to make it a little bit bigger. And I did end up finding a way to put it down. Don't look too close, okay? But 3:20, I was like, I'm done. 3.5 hours of this quote unquote quick weave. Ain't nothing quick about a quick weave, okay? But this is how it turned out. That's the ponytail. I wanted the wrap to be a little bit cleaner, but I was like, you know what? This looks a little bit natural. I'll deal with it. Whatever. And here's the close ups. So, thank you guys for watching me struggle. If you have any tips, please leave them in the comments. And until next time.